Do you feel like you have too much free time in this gloomy weather? Then watch a corporate mouse on the journey to learn HTML in 2020. Join me and see things like this. Because why not? Recipe web page, part 5, adding link to a bigger photo. Hi there, it's Katcoolka. How are you today? Take a seat and let's continue on our journey. Today I will be working on the optional requirement called add a link to a bigger photo, so let's see how it will work today. I've also added a new part in my list called few things I want to add. One of them is called buttons, but this will be a separate video, so you can look forward to it in the future. With that being said, let's focus on the homework itself and let's create a link to a bigger photo. I will be working with the first photo of the meal in the middle section, and this will be the first part of this video. So how am I going to do that? If you watched part 4 of this series, you are familiar with this element called a, which defines a hyperlink. The very important attribute of this element is called href, which indicates the link's destination. The link text is the part that will be visible to the reader. In our case, the text itself will be the picture we already see in the middle section of this page. So what does it mean in our reality? Basically, I will be wrapping element A around the picture itself. Adding the closing tag of element A illustrates the situation. I am adding the URL to the picture in the attribute href, and the title final dish will be between the quotation marks in the title attribute. Title attribute specifies extra information about an element, and this information is most often shown as a tooltip text when the mouse moves over the element. And we have last minute update on the title. It is not called the final dish but the final look, and right now I am modifying or formatting the script so it's easier for reading. Are you interested how it works when we click on it? Let's see. So this is the result of our work. The picture is in a separate window and the recipe text or recipe web page text is no longer visible. The homework part could basically finish here, but why we should finish here if we can add more pictures to every step of this recipe? And we have a lot of steps in this recipe, so the video will be a bit longer. Because why not? Repetition is mother of wisdom, so let's see if it helps really. However, before we continue, as you noticed in the middle section the picture is frozen, and therefore I would like to check how it looks like in a different web editor. How can I do that? Basically I will copy the whole script I have created by now, and I will zoom out from this view because this second web editor has a different layout. So Codepen is the name of this web browser that we'll be using, and you can find the link in the description down below if you want to check it by yourself. The second step is to paste the script in the HTML part. This Codepen can have a different layouts for HTML, CSS and JavaScript, so feel free to modify it according to your needs. For me, the important part is to see how it looks like in a different web browser, and Codepen can simulate the situation. It is always important to prepare your script for different web browsers, as the viewing experience for user can be different, so it is sometimes good just to test your script in a different editor. For example, like this one, Codepen is a good tool for this as well. And you can type the HTML directly here. As shown in the page section, you can see all pictures right next to each step, so it works for me, and we can go back to the sandbox session, which is more zoomed in. Okay, so where were we? I've added a link to bigger picture for first main dish in this recipe web page, and as you know, we have several steps for this recipe, so I will be adding links to bigger pictures for each of these steps in the second part of this video. As it was demonstrated previously, I will be using a element with href attribute again. So let's type in what is needed, and we will populate the URL and title later. You will notice that I am wrapping the image again with this A element, so once this is completed, the script will look like a small wave from the left side. And once I finalize this action, I can copy-paste the URL link prepared for the first step called beans, and the URL will be pasted into the href part or href attribute of this element. The title will be used again. Beans is the name of this step, so it will refer to this one. Due to the fact that the URL is too long, the title attribute is not visible in the script. That's why I am adding it to the next row, so it is easier for reading of the script. And the final touch for this part is to type in beans for the title of this element. Once this is completed, we can see how it looks like, and we can repeat it 7 more times for each step of the recipe. There are various options how to approach this repeating task and to prepare the script and copy and paste the URL link for each of the steps. What I decided to do is to prepare the script a bit and basically paste the A element into each step without the URL and title name, so it can speed up the process a bit. I am not mixing the URLs, and basically I know where to put the information once all steps are prepared according to the previous ones. So I will be adding the A element with the closing tag after the picture, and then I will move to the next step and repeat. So it is quite comprehensive, and then this will be the first wave. Another wave. We have a wavy video this time, but why not? Patterns are good. And while we are on the topic of patterns, do you know how many times I use the word basically? If yes, please let me know in the comments below. I am trying to remove this from my vocabulary, but basically it is still there. For those who are interested in the author of the music used in my previous video, part 4 referring to the URL, it is Tchaikovsky, and the name of the song is Waltz for the Flowers, just to let you know. While I am adding the A element in all steps, I am also formatting the script a bit with pushing the child elements a bit to the right, so it is easier to understand what is the parent tag and what is the child tag. It, again, as repeated several times, it allows easier reading of the script and better understanding what's going on in the web page. What I also want to talk about are my affiliate links that can be found in the description box down below. I found almost all the products I use on daily basis for creation of this video, so if you click through and make a purchase, I may receive a small commission with no additional cost to you. It is basically, again, just saying that you used the link from my channel and you will receive no additional cost for this one, so thank you for supporting the channel if you decided to do so. For those who have not seen my previous videos, I am not a software developer, I am a corporate mouse, as stated in the beginning of this video, who is trying to learn how to create a script and in HTML and how to create a static web page where I can test my current knowledge, because it is really the only way how to learn and progress with your abilities with programming. Without trying, you will never learn and know what you need to change or what you need to study more. I think this is the only way. It is difficult to focus after job or work, but if you want to change your career path, there is no other way how to do that. You just need to spend the time on developing your new skill. Alright, all the waves are prepared in the script, so let's copy paste all the missing URL links that are ready and waiting for this action. So let's start with the cooked beans. This will be added, and then we'll add also the title and repeat for all the steps that are in the list on the right side. You may also ask what steps I am still repeating and mentioning. What does it mean? If you see the future web page in the middle, in this video it is mainly visible in first 3 minutes, so you can go back and check it. You will recognize this is a recipe web page, and it describes the recipe steps, and we have several of them. If I list them, it is first step is called beans, then we have cooked beans, fried cumin, bay leaf, onion and chili, tomato puree. We add cream, and the last step is called done. So we are talking all the time about these steps and the pictures that are describing the situation in each step. So over and over again I'm mentioning these 8 steps, and that's why this video is so long, because I decided to add everything to each step, so this is on me. However, the recipe is quite good. I tested it several times. I'm cooking as well, so you can see the text or description of the recipe in my first video where I'm creating the initial structure. So if you are interested in the recipe, not in the script, and creating the HTML, basically you can go to my first video and check it there. I'm realizing that I'm talking too much, so let's enjoy the happy music in the background until I finish all the steps. If you want to skip to the end, please go to point 1351 of this video. So how it looks like? Wavy. As you can see in the middle section, I have forgotten to refresh the future web page, so we'll see only the script. So if I scroll up and down, you can see what is the current structure of the web page. The Codesandbox is a bit slow, so even though I try to refresh the main section, it is not showing the result. I will be able to do that in the future video. In the meantime, the current script is basically doing the thing that is referring to a bigger picture. So the main part of the visible future web page is not indifferent. It looks the same as previously. And I can mark another task in the optional requirements as completed. If you are interested how this web page will look like in the future, please consider subscribing and click on the bell notification. If you like this video, please give it a like and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.